YouTube, welcome back. PPS here. Good morning. It is the 1st of May. Coming at you live for some YouTube free plays. It is very early. The sun is not even out here in Wisconsin. At my time, about right now, we're seeing it's about 7:30. So just trying to get this out early. I think some of the lines I have are going to move here soon. So I'm going to try to get these out quick and get you guys in, out, cash a couple tickets, and be on your way and start May off in the green. So, okay. So yeah, I didn't have a YouTube video yesterday. So I'm going to come back at you with 3 of them here today. 1 straight, 1 prop, and then my hit parlay of the day. That I'll be doing again. I'll be doing that with the Pine Sports stuff. Just kind of looking at those numbers, going off of who obviously I like. So it's going to be guys you've seen on the show prior. But yeah, let's get right into it. Before we do, smash that like button, boys and girls. If you guys are enjoying the content, please drop a like. That's all I ask. Helps out a lot. So start us off. Marlins Mariners first 5 under 3.5. And this is it's really a fade on the offenses, and it's backing these pitchers. These pitchers have been absolutely fantastic. Logan Gilbert, been a top prospect since he's been drafted, and he is finally coming into his own. And he's won all 4. The Mariners have won every single game he has pitched this year. His spin rate on his fastball is absolutely sky high. He's got a .4 ERA, .85 WHIP, and 22 Ks in 22 innings. It's just really hard to not want to back this guy here. Marlins obviously do struggle hitting wise. They're not really anywhere in the top area for hitting. I mean, the only thing they're pretty good at is striking out, if that counts. But just looking at even at the Mariners, only a 235 average, 328 on base percentage. Very hard to want to back them against a good pitcher here as well in Sandy Alcantara. So 232 for the Marlins, 235 for the Mariners. And yeah, Alcantara's been just as good. I mean, he was coming up with the Cardinals. Fantastic prospect there as well. 1.78 whip here, or 1.78 ERA with a 1.1 whip. Not as high of a strikeout guy, but he is going deeper in games, right? If you go into his numbers, 5 innings, 2 earned, 6 1/3, 2 earned, 8 innings, no earned, 6 innings, 1 earned. In the Mariners here, really haven't been providing that much offense lately. I haven't been super impressed with the construction here. There's been a lot more strikeouts than I expected with the pickup of Winker. Obviously, a lot of young guys obviously will be very good, but have been struggling out of the gate. And obviously, that's nobody's fault. There's a lot of teams that have been struggling to start the season, but I'm going to back the arms here. I think this is a good price. 3.5 gives me a little bit of a wiggle room here. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a 2-0 Marlins, 2-0 Mariners. Don't have a side, but I'll take the under here. Trust in the pitchers. And I'll be riding with Alcantara and Gilbert here in the first 5 under 3.5, -110. And all right, guys, this one baffled me. This is I get it. I know this is a low number, but with the history and watching this guy for so long, I have to take this number. There's really no other option here. I will be taking Dallas Keuchel under 3.5 Ks +124. I will share this on my screen here because I know it was weird because this is still a live line, 124. I've always liked taking guys to make contact against Dallas Keuchel. His stuff really doesn't induce swings and misses here. And even on this year, looking at his numbers here, he's got a 6.7 barrel percentage, a barrel per plate appearance at 5 at-bats. We're seeing a lot of hard hit balls off this guy this year. And remember, I talk about what pitches induce swings and misses. Cutters and sinkers are not that. And that's what Dallas Keuchel throws. He tries to get soft contact. That's how he pitches. Sinker 40% of the time. Cutter 17% of the time, and the changeup 27% of the time. Slider really hasn't been much. He doesn't really throw his four seam much at all. Only a 12% K rate this season, 10% walk rate. Very, very tough to really want to back this guy, right? And then when you go into whiff rates of his pitches, the highest whiff rate that he has is a 32% on his changeup. And that pitch only has a 7% put away percentage. So even when he throws it and he gets the whiffs, it's usually early in the count. It's not putting guys away. Guys are hitting 444 against his cutter. They're hitting 556 against his slider. And I just do not expect the Angels to be swinging and missing too much here on this stuff. Also, looking at the Angels, what I was just talking about with the Mariners and Marlins, where they just have not been hitting well. The Angels are 255, batting 255 this year. That is third in the MLB. OPS at 760, I believe that leads the league in OPS. A lot of power, there are a lot of swings and misses here, but Dallas Keuchel is not going to really be the guy to induce them. Even when you look into it a tad bit deeper here, the Angels specifically only had a 23% K rate last year against lefties. It's a little bit higher this year, but they also have a much higher average this year against lefties, around 269 against left-handed pitchers this year. So I think it might be a short day for him. Obviously, I'm hoping it's not like Bundy here, where we're going to start seeing him get lit up and then obviously still continue to keep going because I don't want to roll out anybody else. But one thing I did like to see was he gives up a 444 batting average with guys on base and a 524 batting average with men in scoring position. That was this year. Obviously, it's probably skewed because he had that absolute blowout game against Cleveland. But even if you go into last year with a much bigger sample size, he was over 300 in both of those categories. So if you're able to get on base, get into scoring position, he does give up hits over 300 batting average with guys on scoring position and guys just on base at first base. So could see a lot of barrels here. Could see a guy get into a lot of trouble, like the Angels today, quite a bit. And yeah, big fade on Dallas Keuchel. Give me that plus 124. I'll take it all day. And guys, like I told you, I want to make you guys smarter, better. I told you guys about Pine Sports. Again, don't have anything with them. I've been just trying to promote that stuff because I like it. It does help me quite a bit when I'm going through who I like. And they obviously have these numbers that kind of help you kind of go in the right direction, I guess. And this is going to be my hit parlay with them today from the site. Manny Machado, Mike Trout, plus 101. I can't believe I'm getting plus money on this, guys. Manny Machado is facing one of my favorite guys to fade in Mitch Keller. Mike Trout facing Dallas Keuchel. How do you not want to back this, right? Mitch Keller has absolutely struggled this year. Had that insane game against the Brewers, but it's the Brewers. They're finally coming into life, but they were awful to start the season here. Mitch Keller has obviously been pretty brutal against righties too. 297 batting average allowed. Last year was 300 batting average allowed. And then if you look into what he throws, obviously he's a hard thrower. But if you look into four-seam fastballs and you look at sinkers, which is what we're going to see some two-seam action. And then obviously curveball from him. Manny Machado bats 625 off the curveball, 533 off the sinker, and to start the year early. And last year was around 280 against the four-seam. So everything really that he's going to be throwing is going to be hit hard here by Mr. Machado. And like I said, I like to fade Mitch Keller. He's just a guy that I don't think is very good. I've watched him for quite a while. Obviously, his velo's up, but his location, a lot of walks, just not really a guy I really want to back here. So heading on over to Trout. Trout's facing off against Kuechel. 667 batting average off of changeups this year. 345 off of the four-seam. That's going to be what we see quite a bit there. 300 batting average off the sinker and 333 off the curveball. So pretty much everything he's going to be throwing is going to be getting hit hard. Last year, 419 against the four-seam, 333 against the cutter, 333 against the changeup. Everything here is going to be hit hard by Mike Trout. If it's in the zone, obviously that's always the biggest thing. But they have a good protection behind him right now. Ward's hitting fantastic. Ohtani was batting 4 last game. So I think that definitely helps probably get Trout more pitches that he is able to hit here. Brandon Marchand, I've watched his swing. It's absolutely terrible this year. So that might be a free strikeout. Hopefully they only go through the order twice and get Marsh twice, and that's about it. But Manny Machado, Mike Trout, hit parlay, plus 101. Unbelievable odds. I can't believe I'm getting plus money there. So 2 plus money plays, 1 even play. First one, Marlins, Mariners, first 5 under 3.5. Dallas Keuchel under 3.5 Ks. And then Manny Machado, Mike Trout, hit parlay, plus 101. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys could, again, please drop a like. It helps me out a ton. And I will see you guys tomorrow with Pass the Prop and another one of these YouTube videos. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and enjoy your Sunday.